Good morning, students. I am Premchandar K, lecturer in computers, working at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In last few classes, we are discussing about operating system. What is operating system? What are the types of operating system? What are the tasks to be performed by the operating system? What are the functions of operating system? Here, operating system is a software which acts as a mediator, which governs all the devices which are attached to the computer, coordinates hardware, software, and act as a base for other application softwares, provide an interface to the user. So this is definition of a operating system. According to the interface provided, operating systems are divided into 5 types. According to the task or procedure, procedure means conversion of raw data into useful information is called as processing. It is done in a step-by-step procedure. So how internally that data converted into information is called as a procedure. According to the procedure takes place inside the computer or with respect to hardware, computer operating systems divided into 5 types. First one, batch processing operating system. Second one, time sharing operating system. Third one, distributed operating system. Fourth one, network operating system. Fifth one, real time operating system. So here the first operating system is batch processing operating system. In batch operating system, user provide a job to the computer operator. Computer operator keeps all the jobs at a side and make similar jobs into groups of batches. That batches divided into some batches to perform similar task at a time. So here in batch processing operating system, given jobs are provided into or sorted into number of batches. A batch may consist of more jobs, a batch consists of less number of jobs. In batch processing, almost all similar jobs are placed in a batch. First batch completion of the tasks, second batch started. After second batch, third batch, fourth batch, keep on goes until the completion of the jobs. The disadvantage of in batch processing is here it take much time for processing jobs. No priority will be given. Here user doesn't have any interaction or any priority with usage of computer. Here operator have little knowledge regarding the job type or the job requirements. So these are the main disadvantages with batch processing. To avoid time delays in the batch processing, second type of operating system developed. This is called as time sharing operating system. In time sharing operating system, processor time is allocated to all the jobs. Every job is attended and allocated some time slots of a processor. Here after allocation of the time slots, it is moves to the second task, then third task, fourth task or fourth job. It keep on continuous switching from one job to another job. This is called as time sharing. Up to here we discuss in yesterday class. In today class we discuss another operating systems, that is distributed operating system, network operating system, real time operating system. What is distributed operating system? What is network operating system? What is real time operating system? What are the advantages and disadvantages with these operating systems? We discussed today. distributed operating system. Here the word describing about the operating system. Here distribution. So the word describing the structure or the functioning of the operating system. In distributed operating systems, it use multiple central processors to serve multiple real-time applications and multiple users. So in distributed operating system, the jobs are distributed. Data processing jobs are distributed among the processors accordingly. Here in this type of operating system, more than one processor is used. This using more processors divides the available jobs among themselves. Here in batch processing, single processor is there. In time sharing, single processor is there. In batch processing, jobs are similar jobs are kept in a batch, and another similar type of jobs are kept in another batch. In batch processing, single processor performing more jobs related to similar data processing. In time sharing, each and every job having or allocated some time slots of processor. In batch processing, number of jobs takes place one after one. So consider in batch 1 there are 15 to 20 jobs. Batch 2 is must and should wait until the completion of all the jobs in the batch 1. So here time delay takes place for batch 2nd, then batch 3rd, then batch 4, keep on goes until the all the jobs to be completed by the processor. Here single processor can perform more jobs one by one in batch processing. Second one is time sharing. In time sharing, jobs are allocated some time slots of processor switched among the jobs. Whenever new job is arrived, it again allocate some time slots to the new job until the completion of the jobs. Processor time is switched from one job to another job. Here it is also one type of multi-programming or multitasking. Now in distributed operating system, there are more number of jobs. At the same time, more than one processor is used. Whenever they are using more than one processor for data processing jobs, these processor distribute available jobs among the existing processors. More than one processor is how it works. What is the advantage? Here, whenever to reduce time delay completion of a task, users or scientists developed a new operating system to perform all jobs or more than one job simultaneously. It could be achieved with the help of using of more processors. Here more than one is number of multi-processor. Multi-processors are used to complete the jobs as early as they can do. So in this distributed operating system, more number of processors are involved according to the requirement of the user. Multi-processors are used. Multi means more than one. So according to the requirement of processors, processors are designed and used for completion of the task. For example, in real life example, cooking is done or making of dishes is done by our mother only for 10 to 15 members. 10 to 15 members also she is capable to cook the required dishes, whether it is a single curry or double curries or rice or any other dishes she can perform within duration of a 2 to 3 hours. Suppose you are performing a small function not in COVID time. I am taking example to for better understanding. In COVID we are not getting to any functions, or we are not attending any functions, and no one is celebrating functions. Remember it, this is for just understanding purpose only. Suppose there is a function taking place. In that function around 500 to 700 members are guests are attending. Estimation to 700 members. Then mother cannot cook for 700 members. Then we assign the work to a chef or a cook, catering services. That catering services persons come before the day and make necessary arrangements for preparation of the food items. They start at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the early morning. One person allocated to cut vegetables, another person used to process rice or any other thing, one person allocated for preparation for cooking, that burning of cylinders or starting of cylinders is done. Another person makes sweet, another person makes some other dishes. So here more than one person assigned or involving to complete the task of arrangements for 500 to 700 guests. So here the single work making of food is distributed among the number of the chefs or the persons involving for making food. If the number of guests are increased, suppose consider for making food for 2000 members, then another 5 or 6 group of people are joined to preparation food. Here like that, in distributed operating system, given job divided among the available processors. Here in our real example, you are making to prepare 2 or 3 dishes, a single person may come. You are making for 5 to 7 dishes, 2 members came. Or you are making 10 to 15 dishes, suppose roti making, one group of people are assigned for making preparation of veg dishes, 2 or 3 members participate in making of the vegetable curries. Or if you are cooking for non-veg items, then another 2 or 3 people involved in making of non-veg items. Like that it keep on goes according to the number of the jobs to be completed. So here work is distributed among the chefs. Like that, in distributed operating system, jobs are divided among the existing processors. With this, processor perform at a high speed and remain idle until a new job is assigned for the processor. The processors communicate with one another through various communication lines. These are referred as loosely coupled systems or distributed systems. So here these 2 or more processors have some communication mechanism among the existing processors. If the first processor job is completed within 100 nanoseconds, consider as 100 nanoseconds, but second processor job is to be completed in 1 minute. So first processor takes some module of processing from the second processor, because these both two processors can communicate with each other through various communication lines such as high speed buses. So here high speed buses are the traveling paths for the digital data from one device to another device. Here processors are connected through the buses. Whenever a task is completed and one processor is standing idle, then second processor's job is partially assigned to the first processor. With this, processor's efficiency improves and processors complete their task as much as early whenever compared with the single processor. These are referred as loosely coupled systems or distributed systems. Here there is no tight bond between the processors. They are loosely coupled. They are allowed to interact with other processors to share their work among the processors. For that purpose, these are called as loosely coupled or distributed operating system. Work is distributed. If the one processor work is completed, then another processor involves or another processor's work should be distributed by the existing processors. Processors in a distributed system may vary in size and function. Don't consider as all processors are equal in performance or equal in their efficiency. Here processors may vary are different in size and different in the functions allocated to it. These processors are referred as sites, nodes or computers. So here in distributed operating system, processors referred as sites, nodes and computer. More than one computer can be involved to get a result from the distributed operating system. Network operating system. A network operating system runs on a server and provides the server the capability to manage data, users, groups, security, applications and other networking functions. The primary purpose of the networking operating system is to allow shared files and printer access among multiple computers in a network. Typically, a local area network, LAN, or a private network or other networks. So, a network operating system runs on a server and provides the server the capability to manage data, users or groups, security, application and other networking functions. A single system considered as a mini computer act as a server. So here this server contains network operating system. For large organizations, mainframe computers act as servers. For small organizations, mini computers or personal computers act as a server. This server loaded with network operating system. This servers capable to manage data, users, groups, security and applications, networking functions to be done with the operating system. Where it is used? Most probably your mobile phones are in network. So whenever there is number of users increases, the telephone company establishes or erect another tower to maintain signals. For example, in your village, most probably a single tower is exist. If you come to a mandal, there are 2 or 3 towers exist. If you come to district headquarters such as Karimnagar, dozens or hundreds of towers are established to meet or to manage the users. If you go to state capitals, around 1000 to 10,000 or 5,000 towers or signaling towers are established to maintain people, data, groups, security, etc. So in network operating system, as the number of users increases, its network band also increases. For that purpose, a single system act as a server. Server is loaded with network operating system. A single server capable to meet dozens or hundreds of users at a time. If you take a cable connection in your street or in your village, a single dish operator can maintain all the village. If you go to mandal level, there are one or two cable operators. If you go to district headquarters, 3 or 4 cable operators maintain. So here in network operating system, a single computer act as a server. Remaining computers are called as dumb terminals or clients. Clients are provided facility to access data, modify data, and delete the data whenever required by the user. You can directly see this type of networking mechanism in banks. In a computerized bank, it consisting of a server, most probably a mini computer. This mini computer loaded with network operating system, and all the bank employees provided with a monitor, that is called as a client or dumb terminal. A user, whenever a customer enters into the bank, then the first person receives representation, that is withdrawal voucher or deposit voucher from the customer, then enter into the system, then allocated with a transaction number, then he moves to the accountant, then accountant verifies and make his signature on the counter file, then teller issues amount or receives the amount. This could be done in 3 steps. So here each and every stage involving accessing of your customer data from server only. Here a single server capable to store thousands of the customers details, branch manager, accountant, clerk 1, clerk 2, teller, everyone getting the data from the server only. After depositing your amount, previous balance is 5,000, you deposited 10,000, so at present the balance is 15,000. 15,000 rupees in your account is modified in server. Whenever you go to another country or another state or another village, if you have ATM card, then your balance is shown as 15,000. Whenever the first clerk opens your account, the balance shows as 5,000. Whenever the accountant sign on the deposit voucher, then also it is showing 5,000 balance. After teller receiving your cash and enter the amount into your account, then only it is updated. Once it is updated, it is modified in the server. So here all the clerks, manager, accountant, clerk, teller, everyone getting the same data from the server. If there is any problem, it is eradicated by branch manager. In those cases also data modified in the server. After some days you want to withdraw cash through ATM, then also your account details or your balance is modified in the server. This is called as network operating system. In network operating system, more than one client permitted to access data from the server. The server capable to perform networking functions and security functions. It maintain user data consistency. more number of users access the same data but never be interchanged or never be altered by one person account details by another person. So this type of functions to be performed with network operating system. The primary purpose of the network operating system is to allow shared file and printer access. In banks also there are so many computer dumb terminals exist, but printers are another files are files in the sense server stores all the files. There are 2 or 3 printers exist. Anyone can give print from his dumb terminal, then automatically that printer get activated and give hard copy. Consider there are 10 dumb terminals there, 2 or 3 computers are incorporated or installed to minimize the processing cost or to minimize the operational cost. This network operating system is provided. Here server, printer, dumb terminals or terminals in the branch are connected through a local area network popularly called as LAN. With this LAN, all the computers are attached or provided facility to communicate with each other. Teller may communicate with accountant, accountant may communicate with clerk, clerk may have communication with teller computer. This could be achieved with the help of local area network, or a private networks also established within the branch according to their requirement. Network operating system is most usable operating system whenever compared with the other operating system, because nowadays it is fastly growing using of network operating system. In your mobile phones also they follow the network operating system. In supermarkets or in banks or in railway stations, LIC offices, you may get it anywhere. Each and every big organization or large organization maintaining their customer details in a server. So user may can withdraw or user may access the required data from any dumb terminal or any computer who have accessing method. So network operating system also provides security for the data by providing usernames and passwords. A private network or local area network capable to communicate all the computers within short span, that is below 2 or 3 kilometers span area systems are connected, and these are called as local area network. Network operating systems allows to perform more number of users to access the same data from a single location, that is server. A single server is assigned or attached with more number of clients. These clients may or may not access, may most probably access the data simultaneously at a time. This could be achieved with the help of network operating system, whereas in distributed operating system, data or processing jobs are distributed. Processing jobs are distributed. Here in network operating system, a high capacity, high-ended model computer act as a server. Remaining computers are called as nodes, clients or dumb terminals, simply computers. Examples of network operating systems include Microsoft Windows Server 2003, Microsoft Windows Server 2008, Unix operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system or Macintosh operating system X, Novel NetWare, etc. There are so many examples exist. Among that, popular network operating systems we are discussing here as examples. Microsoft developed their server based or networking operating system and released as Microsoft Windows Server 2003. Microsoft is a software developing company, you are well known. They released their versions for single user computer size Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows XP, like on goes. But in 2003, that is the version released in the year 2003, they are specially designed for the networking and named as Windows Server 2003. Here server computer loaded with Windows Server 2003 operating system, then it is capable to communicate with the other clients which are attached to it, like Unix. Microsoft in later due course in 2008 released Windows Server 2008, Linux, Unix, Macintosh operating system X, Novel NetWare are also some of the examples for the network operating system. The last operating system is real-time operating system. A real-time system is defined as a data processing system in which the time interval required to process and respond to inputs is so small that it controls the environment. The time taken by the system to respond to an input and display of required updated information is termed as the response time. So in this method, the response time is very less as compared to online processing. So the word giving an idea about operating system. Real-time systems is defined as data processing system in which the time interval required to process and respond to input is so small that it controls the environment. It is quite opposite for batch operating system. In batch operating system, we already discussed, all jobs are bunched together or similar jobs are bunched together and placed as a batch. After completion of one batch, second batch processing takes place. So it is reverse process, or it is complete opposite for batch processing. In real time system, data processing system in which time interval required to process and respond to inputs is so small that it controls the environment. So whenever job arrives, it could be attended. This is required for foreign market. Real-time operating systems are necessary for bank transactions. Here in bank transactions nowadays they are using this real-time operating system mechanism. I am giving an example to you get a good understand about real-time operating system. Consider in share market, some buyer is there, some sellers are there. Some buyers want to buy their shares, at the same time sellers want to purchase the shares. So here it is taking continuous process from morning 9:30 or 10 o'clock to evening 3:30. For a fixed time, they almost all buyers are using to buy their required company shares. All the sellers, some sellers are selling their shares according to their requirement. So here after seller sells his shares, that share should be removed from his account, and at the same time that shares are assigned to the new or buyer account immediately. This is called as real time processing or real time making. In share markets only, foreign currencies moves high and low, up and rise takes place, up and downs also takes place every moment. Suppose at a particular moment dollar cost is 72 rupees 53 paise. After 3 or 4 minutes it may be 72 rupees 90 paise or 71 rupees 50 paise, because drastical changes are taking place in purchasing of foreign money. So here also, whenever user purchase at a particular moment, say it is at 2 o'clock 3 minutes 30 seconds, that dollar rate is 72 rupees 56 paise, then immediately 72 rupees 56 paise should be deducted from his account, because after some time it may be 72 rupees 90 paise or 71 rupees 85 paise. What happens, no one knows. Here the transaction could be taking place and it should be complete within short duration of the time. This is the mechanism of real time sharing. So whenever the process, whenever return to our real time operating system, whenever the job arrives to processor should attend the job and immediately the result is displayed. It is required for making online transactions very effectively. In real-time operating system, the inputs response at a high speed or quickly, same time outputs also responds at very quick. The total environment is controlled and every second, milliseconds also, they are in alert. The time taken by the system to respond to input and display of the required updated information is termed as the response time. So in real-time operating system, the response time means receiving data from the input device, time taken for receiving the data, processing the data and display the information is called as response time. In real-time operating system, the response time is very low or it is very high. In short duration of time, the input device send the data, processor receives the data, process the data into information, then it display or send it to the output device. This entire process completed within short duration of time. Further purpose, it is called as high response time within the short duration. So in this method the response time is very less. They respond at a high speed. So response time is very less as compared to online processing. Real-time systems are used when there are rigid time requirements on the operation of a processor. So real-time systems are very effectively works popularly for a thermal conductor, or whenever a boiler is there, that boiler, whenever the liquid in that boiler reaches to certain temperature, then automatically the power supply should be stopped. In that moment, real-time operating systems are used, because whenever it reaches, say at 100 degrees centigrade, the thermal recorder of the boiler records it reached 100 degrees centigrade. Then processor receives that signal, it reached to 100 degrees centigrade. Automatically it instructs to stop the power supply. This entire process, receiving, processing and getting into action, is done within the fraction of time. So here in real-time operating system, jobs are received after, as soon as job is received, processor process and give information or instruction to the output or other devices to control the environment. If it does not perform with the short duration of time, the temperature increases to 101 degree or 102 degrees, then that boiling liquid may damage and it causes a very loss to the organization or company. So here real-time operating systems act very quickly according to the requirement or usage. They utilize these techniques as batch processing, time sharing, distributed network and real-time operating systems. So almost all university examinations, they may ask what is operating system, discuss different types of operating systems. So operating system definition is common, then you have to write according to the interface provided. Operating systems divided into 5 types according to the processing. Operating systems are divided into 5 types. So you may write this one. It is sufficient to get a good marks or to secure good marks. Thank you students. Have a nice day. We will meet with a new topic in next class. Have a nice day. Thank you.